Bathroom Declutter, the extended version. By popular request, I'm once again creating an extended version of my decluttering short videos. I typically make videos that are only about a minute long, and so this really allows me to give you a much more in-depth look at everything that we do when we work as professional organizers to declutter and organize spaces in our client's home. You see that we're putting on disposable gloves here, and that's really important because we find all kinds of things, from hair and so on and so forth. As we pull things out, there are a few things that we pay really close attention to when we're decluttering a bathroom. One of them is expiration dates, because it's quite often that we find things from so many years ago, and our client had asked us to set everything aside that was expired for them to look at. Even if something is what we believe is clear trash, we don't throw it away. We simply make a trash pile to confirm with our clients that it is indeed trash. It's really important that we use this strategy because we really never know what things mean to each of our clients. And from a respect standpoint, and a trust standpoint, it's so important that the client is there when 100% of the things stay or go. What you're seeing now is that we are sorting some of the items from the bathroom onto the floor. We really use whatever space makes the most sense for us at that given time. Unfortunately, that usually means that we have to go down to the floor, but the client said that that was perfectly fine for us to use the floor space. And it's always a fun time for us because, one, we love doing what we do, and so getting to sort or clean or whatever steps we're working on is just so much fun for us, but we also get to have such great conversation about everything in life, whether it's the client that we are working with and getting to chat with them, or just catching up on our day-to-day life and how organizing or anything else is going in our life. Sometimes we have to confer with each other about what products are. If you know me, I'm pretty much a minimalist in every part of my life, and this is especially true when it comes to bathroom items. So I have so few things in my restroom when compared to other, especially women's spaces that I work in, and I often have to confer with the other organizer or people that I'm working with about what some of the products are. And when it comes to my makeup, I only have a handful of items, and so that especially can be sometimes confusing for me. You saw that I was handling some prescription medication there. We asked our client, whenever we work with prescription meds, to either remove those from the space or set them aside. We got the okay from the client just to set them in one pile, and we were not going to move them at all. I feel quite strongly about this as a professional organizer because we never want to be liable for them losing or misplacing their prescription meds. So that's why you saw that I set all of those aside, and I was very methodical, and I made sure that they all just stayed in the exact same place. I think it also helps that we have all of this on camera because you just never know. And I love this step of cleaning a space after we have cleared off a countertop. This spray, this method spray in particular, the one that's apple scented, is my absolute favorite, and I've been using it pretty much since I started my business almost 4 years ago. And so you're seeing that I'm taking some time to wipe down the different counter spaces. We get inside of the drawers and cabinets a little bit later in the video. And then Natalie is working on the sorting of items. It does take us quite a lot of time to do this because even if you have familiarity with the items, we still need to read what they are and place them into the appropriate categories. And the more that we do these steps ahead of time before our client comes in and does decluttering with us, the faster it goes when we actually get to that part of the process, because this really allows our clients to see in totality like what they have in any given category. And what happens almost every time is that there are things that they 100% forgot that they even had that we find. We also usually find quite a lot of expired things when we go through bathrooms. I'm not sure why this tends to be a very neglected space in people's homes. It's a space that we use so frequently. And yes, you do see me throwing one thing away there. That is just the paper towel I was cleaning with. Just wanted to be clear about that. It wasn't one of the client's items. But I'm not really sure why this is one of the spaces that we tend to neglect. We tend to buy different beauty products, different skincare products, different hair care products, and so on and so forth, but don't spend enough time going through them regularly. And I can't say this for everyone. I can only really speak to the clients that I've worked with, but I found that regardless of who I work with, this tends to be an area that people neglect, where they may not have actually done a thorough declutter since they moved in, and that may have been many, many years in the past. This is a very large bathroom space, and so regardless of how much we declutter, we knew that it was going to make a big difference, but our main goal was to get the countertops as clear as possible. Our client made it clear to us, though, that there were certain items that they wanted to have visible on their countertop at all times. And we also spoke with her husband about what was important for him to have visible on his side of the counter and what he wanted to most easily access in his drawers as well. By comparison, he had a small fraction of the items that were in this entire bathroom vanity, and so it was pretty quick for us to go through those things with him. And even still, as you're going to see a little bit later in the video, our client was very decisive and made it very, very easy for us because of how much they let go, but you'll see that much later on. I realized that this video looks so slow. I don't know why I didn't set it to time lapse at this point. It's kind of unlike me. I must have been an accident. As you're seeing too, I have to manage doing the organizing, also managing the project. Here I'm doing some cleaning, and also I'm the one and only social media person, so I'm the one who has to move the camera around. And on this day, I accidentally forgot my tripod. I never do that. I pretty much always keep my tripod in the trunk of my car because you just never know when you're going to film. But this day I did. And so the angles that I got this day were not my best. I'm honestly leaning the camera, which is my cell phone, on my water bottle and just moving that periodically throughout the day. But it is what it is. At least I got to get this on camera. This is also still like pretty early in my pregnancy, but it is cool that I'm getting to show you all what it's like for me as a professional organizer who is also pregnant to do this work. Who knows what I was talking about there? I'm making some big gestures. It's been a little while, and this clip had no audio, so I'm not really sure what was going on. But in any case, this was a morning project for us, and I am quite a morning person, so we started at, I think, 8 o'clock that morning, and unfortunately, at this point of my pregnancy, I was needing to eat like every single hour, so I was always hungry. And Natalie mentioned to me that she was going to be ordering smoothies, and we saw that our client had actually had a smoothie. So Natalie said that she would order us smoothies from Erewhon, and you're going to get to see me trying one for the first time in a little while. Here's a look at everything that we pulled out and how we sorted it into different categories for our clients to go through. And we were so excited to bring them in and to see what kind of progress that we could make. You're seeing now that I'm doing a little bit of cleaning, and as is Natalie, of within the drawers as we were waiting for our client to return. I think that she was in a meeting at the time, and so we were waiting for her to come back, and this was a great opportunity for us to finish cleaning everything. And then this is a look at the decluttering part of the process with our client. It's so important that we sit there or stand there with them as they go through each item, because I know that this may sound really simple to you, the person who is watching the video, but for the clients that we work with, making these decisions, taking the time to go through their items is not something that they necessarily look forward to. It's not a way that they would normally want to spend their free time, and they're often quite busy too, and so we are there to make sure that they get it done during this dedicated time. And our client let go of at least 50% of the bathroom stuff, as you're seeing here. I often get asked how I help clients make decisions on what to stay and what should go, and just know I have an entire video on my channel on some of the questions that you can ask yourself when you are decluttering. So I suggest checking that out if you haven't already done so, as that is a fantastic place to start in your decluttering journey. The moment has arrived. For ages, I've been wanting to try this Hailey Bieber Erewhon smoothie, and Natalie just ordered it for me. We're in a client's home, and I'm gonna try it right now on camera. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. This is really, really good. Not good? Oh, it's really good. This is so good. I'm not a huge smoothie drinker, but this is amazing. Kind of like when I was just drinking that Starbucks drink after not having coffee for 20 years. I feel like I have to pause for a moment of silence to appreciate just how tasty this is. 10 out of 10 would recommend this. Wow. Back to business. Here's a look at us organizing everything from within the drawer. This is using product that the client already had. We did go ahead and buy a tray for on top of the bathroom counter that would better fit the items, but otherwise we used what she already had. Unfortunately, I didn't get lots of shots of the interior spaces, but you are going to get a chance to see the incredible before and after that we were able to achieve. And what do I attribute this to? I 100% attribute this to the client's ability to let go.